I'm gonna go ahead and keep it a buck and say that the biggest problem with the Boruto anime is that you have to watch at least 100 and something episodes, maybe even 200, to really get into the meat of what the actual manga has in store when it comes to story. Now, I have found this out the hard way because I recently just started reading the Boruto manga, and it literally like cuts through everything. It basically condenses the first 10 episodes, even 20 episodes, in the first few pages. It's ridiculous. It cut out so much garbage that is in the anime, and this is coming from someone who is as salty as watching the entire series up to episode 70 and then was like, I'm done because I can't watch any more of this because it's wasting my time. It is wasting my time because of how lacking quality, how much filler there actually is, and how little story there actually was in at that point. And now there is a lot more. Now there's a lot going on, but that is the huge problem with Boruto because there has been a new development. There is a new fight between, again, Naruto and Sasuke versus one of these OP characters, which is Jigen. I don't know who his character is. I haven't gone to that point yet, obviously, but Jigen is extremely overpowered, and I watched the fight, and he completely washes both Naruto and Sasuke, which I can lend myself to believe, seeing as how I can get the sense of where this guy comes from and just exactly what his backstory is from the other Otsutsuki that were there. I don't know if he's exactly one of those, but it seems like they're almost in the same world that they were when they fought Momoshiki. So I can kind of get that he is an actual threat. So I'm not mad that he is fighting Naruto and Sasuke and winning. I really don't care about that because as long as the fight is good and it makes sense, I don't really care if they're losing. But I'm saying this is like the second huge fight that I've seen that everyone's like blowing up over, and it's Naruto and Sasuke. No Boruto to be found, nobody else to be found from the Boruto series because it's just Naruto and Sasuke. People want to see Naruto and Sasuke, and so they get disappointed with the fact that and that everything else is subpar. All the other fight scenes, a good amount of them in what we have for the anime, are terrible. And like I said, I stopped watching when that one Otsutsuki guy with the fish hook ended up just stepping on Sasuke's head, and the fight sequence was just so garbage, and like the story was so garbage at that point. I was like, I can't watch this anymore. I really can't watch this anymore. It's giving me a hernia. Like I just can't do it anymore. And so everyone's coming out of the woodwork like, this is the best anime of 2021, of 2020. Y'all just hiding your heads in the sand. Y'all asleep. Y'all just kidding yourselves. Like, you know, you guys are just you guys don't know what you're talking about. Like, I get what you're saying because you had like one good fight. Calm down, dude. Like, you had one good fight and God knows how long. So now you're like, oh, this is the best anime of the year, and it's just simply not true. It literally is simply, there's so many different animes out there right now that are just hitting banger after banger and have consistent animation, have a consistent story that just completely washes. This fight was good, don't get me wrong. I had a fun time watching it, even though I don't know what the hell's going on. I watched it and it is pretty good, but at the same time, one good fight does not an anime make. It doesn't. And if you have to like watch 100, 200 episodes before you start getting into the good story, then no, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. Black Clover doesn't even do that. And I watched a good amount. I actually watched about the same amount of episodes of Black Clover, and I could actually go back and watch Black Clover and just keep watching it. With Boruto, you cannot do that because there's too much filler. There's way too much filler. So people online have actually come out with the Boruto watch list, episodes to block and avoid, skipping from episode to episode, arc to arc, getting to new things, because that's how bad the anime is when the majority of it is just garbage, and then you have to get to like the actual manga parts. And I'm gonna leave a link to one of them that I found for those of you guys who are interested in watching the anime but don't want to watch the filler. I got you. I'm not gonna let you guys suffer like I did. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys that link. But at the same time, it's a crying shame, honestly, because the manga, I started reading the first chapter manga book, and the first couple of pages, Boruto is doing the voiceover, and he's talking about, like, it's like future Boruto, like the one we saw in the beginning of the anime where he's facing off against that one dude. It's him like talking about the past, and he's talking about how much of a crying, whiny baby he was, that he was crying over the fact that his father didn't spend time with him and all this stuff, right? And he was doing this voiceover, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm glad that he's like self-aware. He must have had some growth. he must have really been looking back and was like, yeah, I could have been better here. I was being selfish here, you know, for the most part. I mean, I think it's fucked up. Still think it's fucked up in the anime where Naruto made a shadow clone to go to his daughter's birthday. I think that is really fucked up. But everything else, like, it just like Boruto becomes off so unlikable in the anime. But in the manga, within the first few pages, he acknowledges that he's unlikable and that he's grown. And then you cut right into everything that's going on with even like the movie. That's where you cut into. And so I actually kind of want to read the manga now. Like I'm not messing with the anime. I'll watch the fight scenes and stuff like that you guys you know, rave about on Twitter and online. But besides that, I think I'm gonna just jump into the manga. Manga only. There's a few other which I'm gonna make a video here in a minute. A few other mangas that I'm gonna jump into because I'm tired of waiting for the anime to catch up. One of them being My Hero, other one being One Punch Man. Those two specifically, I'm gonna have to jump into the manga because I can't wait any longer for it to get good. And it's weird because My Hero anime usually is pretty good, but this, I don't know what's going on with the first 10 episodes of this new season. They're just boring. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Boruto anime, and if you're willing to let the Boruto anime get away with the way that they've been. Like, if you like all this filler stuff, I mean, that's on you. I don't like it personally. I like the story of it. And I think the Boruto manga has a pretty good story from what I've seen so far and what people have been telling me. And I'm excited to catch up on it. The anime, no. This is going to be Sunscape signing off. Take care, guys.